You are my nephew, and what is your name?
Like,
My name is Matrick, the overlord and great creator of all. No, I'm just kidding. All right, so we're watching Primitive Technology, Termite Clay Kiln, and Pottery. So this is sort of our reaction video to that.
I just love the sounds of it.
Yeah, sounds of nature. It's very relaxing, isn't it? You could just fall asleep. Right?
What is he doing?
Yeah, he uses only primitive techniques for everything he does, including making fire.
What about you?
Dude, if I were in his spot, we would not be doing this right now.
What would you do?
That. I don't make fire with my hands. I mean, I would love to have the ability and skill base to just kind of willy-nilly do what he's doing, but that takes years of practice and skill. Anything that you do in life, that pretty much is the way it's going to be. You can't just pick it up and automatically be a pro. This guy probably has been doing this for years before he even started recording it. Probably grew up with parents who were a little bit more...
Then what is there with me in front of him?
Well, he's got his own camera set up, so he doesn't have anyone with him. He sets up the camera probably with a timer, or he edits it. He probably doesn't live here permanently. Probably has this as a separate project that he's doing. So he's probably going out there every month or so, and or he's going out there on the weekends to do this kind of stuff on his free time. He more than likely has a job, more than likely, makes money and does everything else the same way everybody else does. But on his free time, instead of, like your dad has a band, this is what he does.
Wow. He knows how to do that so good.
Yeah, and well, the thing is, everything around him is fuel. By that I mean everything that he's using in nature is an ingredient for him to do what he needs to do. That's the thing. Everything in nature is a potential tool. You just have to be intelligent. Intelligent meaning like you have to be able to know how to recombine the ingredients like a chef does with food to make something that's good. Not just any random combination of ingredients. Anybody could take random ingredients and combine them and, hope for the best. But it takes wisdom and intelligence to be able to actually create this. Create things like this. And the only way you can get that kind of ability is by practice. By teaching yourself something and then practicing what you've been teaching yourself.
I want that to create pretty awesome.
Yep. But this is just, anybody can do this, Michael. This is something that human beings have been doing for thousands of years. The thing is the thing to really do with this stuff is to demystify it. Meaning, if something is mystified, it's something that's like, it looks like a fairy tale. It looks like it's impossible to do. This is not impossible to do. This is all stuff that's very possible to do. Anybody really could do this if they chose to, but most people choose not to do this because it's mystical to them. They see it as like, impossible or really difficult to do. But in all actuality, this is pretty basic stuff. He's just making pottery, that's all. No, they're not. It's pinching your tongue. But see, look, now the pottery's all finished. This is the stuff for the roof on his house. The other, yeah, he's got another house that he built, or a hut. That's the pot. Chipped a little bit. And that's the thing, like, this, it takes a lot of practice, because if there's an air bubble in any of those things, it'll explode. Because the air will expand and want to break through whatever it's in. See, that's probably what happened with that pot. It probably had a little air pocket and popped out a little bit of this corner there. But everything else came out good.
And I thought so. I was going to get the
Whoa. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's, do you remember what I was telling you before? This is important. Don't try to impress people. Well, that's what you were doing now. Is, look, I can hold it up with one hand. That's by definition what that is. So I'm just telling you, man, you end up, and what happened? You ended up falling over and having, like...
Yeah, but it didn't hurt.
Well...
It was insane, to be honest.
Okay. But still. See, this guy, he's not doing something where he's trying to make people impressed. He's just doing what he's doing. And you are impressed by what he's doing without him trying to get your attention, without him trying to be all impressive or anything. He's just doing what he's doing. And that's how you should be. Don't try to impress people. Don't make it like, hey, look at me, look at what I'm doing. Just do it. And people will be impressed or they won't. But that doesn't mean either way. If they're impressed or not, it doesn't mean that you're any less of a person. You know, some people aren't impressed by this. Some people don't think this is, like, interesting. You know?
Really?
Yeah. Some people think it's stupid. Curse them indeed. But that's their opinion. You can't hate people because of their opinion. Doing it for science. That was probably a bobcat or some kind of animal. I don't know what it was. I don't know where this guy is as far as like what rainforest he's in. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I mean, from now on, primitive technology, forge blower. See, look what he's doing. He's created something that directs the air current that is created with that little spindle thing, and it makes the fire get more and more air, which is going to make it as fuel. For a fire, air is the fuel. Well, that's carbon dioxide. If you blow on fire, you're breathing out carbon dioxide. If you put air in the fire, it makes it grow. So the more air you blow into it like he's doing, I mean, it's a genius system that he's making there. He's a primitive technology genius. I mean... I'm not sure. It would depend on where, and I'm sure it wouldn't be deer ticks, because I'm pretty sure that deer don't exist in the rainforest the way that they do in the northeast.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure there would be far more bugs to worry about. Don't worry about it. Just because there aren't going to be ticks doesn't mean there aren't going to be mosquitoes and the rest of it. He has like a bow drill, which allows him to, instead of using his hands, he can actually create the kind of bow drill. I know, right? And now he's going to build a forge around it.
Wow, this
Yep.
staring at the fire doing
See,
that.
that's the thing, Michael. People 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, they were highly intelligent.
What
They
is
just
that?
didn't have the technology to do this. That's clay. That's like muddy sort of clay.
What is he doing?
He's making a clay thing. Yeah, she's clay ball. You're gonna heat it up. Put coals over top of it. Oh no, wait, that's right. He's gonna make metal for the forge. He's taking all that raw material and he's gonna melt it. He's gonna heat it up to such a high temperature that it will melt. And then what will be left over is, see that?
Yeah.
That's like an iron billet. That's iron. He's now created metal.
He
From
made
mud.
iron.
Yes. And those are
Wow.
little iron billets, or little iron pellets.
What ingot?
Pellets.
What's an iron ingot?
An ingot would be, a gold ingot is about this big. They're increments of
How
size.
big is an iron ingot?
It's around the same size. It's a standard
That's
size.
faster.
That's a charcoal. Let's do the tiled roof. And so all these technologies are.
Can I sit on the pillow?
Well, wait a minute. Now I'm gonna have to end the stream. And do you not realize we're on TV, dude? Yeah, we're on TV. Is it uncomfortable?
No, it's comfortable.
Oh.
I'm fine.
Well, we'll do this one and then I'll stop the stream. It's just, I figured we'd watch something and be like a chance for dialogue or what have you.
No, do it
Now,
first.
granted, I didn't ask your permission to be on the internet, and I don't know if it's like, but I don't, whatever. You will be on the internet, and you will be adored by my fans, which are in very short number, so.
Trust me, I feel kind of actually comfortable doing this. It feels good.
Feels good.
And what I have to say with this dude is he's probably learned a lot in college.
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't think he learned this in college. This is not stuff they usually teach you in college.
Like, look at his bridge bones. Look at his muscles.
Yeah, he's he's pretty fit. That, biceps and triceps and whatnot sets and the steps, he's pretty, healthy. That's the thing, is that people who live like this, people who lived like, primitive people, live very healthfully. Natural living is pretty healthy. And, people will say what they will. Nowadays, people are scared of living like this.
Why?
Because they think that if we were to go back to living in a natural state, that, for one thing, we would lose our civilized, nature, or what have you. That we would lose our civilized, being. And so they think that only by essentially science and by the confirmation of our culture do we reach a state of civility, meaning general goodness about us. We lose that when we go back into nature. But that's not something that you can lose. It's only by education that we earn or lose our humanity. And unfortunately, what we've done is we've basically made nature the enemy. Well, I would say he probably finds much more than just crystals. Because honestly, like, crystals are cool and everything, but he actually has a profound connection to nature, which is what the whole crystal thing is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about getting more in touch with the nature around us. The crystals are supposedly supposed to do. But this guy has a direct connection with nature. He's living with nature, on nature, as nature.
Just watched those two?
No, we haven't watched this one. No, we haven't. I don't think watched this one either. He makes a chimney. This is the one that sets up for this one.
Oh.
So look what he's doing. He's making a brick or a tile.
Wow.
Like a tile that you'd put on your roof.
Mm-hmm.
And so what he's doing there is he's pinching some of the clay.
Or a tile that you put on your floor. Because you got tiles on the floor.
Yeah, but this is for his roof. See, look at that little like those little like dimples.
Yeah.
Those little like notches. You'll see why he puts those in, why he puts those on there. But it's like, you know, I guess
if he makes the whole house like this, I'm gonna be impressed.
Well, that's
like super impressed.
Okay, so he's letting them dry. They have to dry out first, and then once they're dry enough, which is they kind of change color, they turn to a whiter color. Then he puts them in the kiln, and then he just lights that thing up. You know, puts as much fuel in there as he can, gets it all hot. And then once everything is starting to get really hot, like red hot, then it's hot enough. See, look right here. It's all of them are like red hot.
And just to be honest, this rainforest must have a lot of clay.
Well, the whole world is full of clay, dude. It's like the whole surface of the earth is mostly clay.
Well,
because it's basically mud and rock that have mixed together really, really thoroughly. That's most of the surface of the earth.
You know my Mimi and Pappy pulled a tree out of the ground with a truck?
Wow.
Yeah, they tried to work with the tree. And
was it the truck that's right outside?
No, my Mimi and Pappy.
Oh, okay, I got you.
My Pappy could literally move the tree.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Crazy.
I could only shake it one little bit. But other thing that happened is that the tree fell on the truck.
Oh, jeez. That's biting off more than you can chew.
Yeah, he pulled it the way he was like driving. So it fell down on the truck, broke the glass, made a giant tree.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, it made a giant tree dent in the truck.
Oh my god.
He got out of the truck. He got out of the truck and said, "Well, that one's a goner."
Yeah, looks like it. So what's the lesson that we learned from that?
Not to pull a tree out of the ground with a truck.
Yeah.
The way you were driving.
Yeah. Well, did they even cut it with anything before they pulled it?
No.
They didn't even cut it at all?
Nope.
Like, see, this is the thing. The best way to do that would have been you tie the tree, then you wrap the rope around another thing, like a tree or rock, and then you wrap the rope and then bring it back. That way, when you pull it, the tree will go towards the rock. You see, I could probably diagram it, but like, you loop it around something so where the direction you're pulling it in will be the opposite direction the tree will fall in. That's just like basic geometry and basic common sense. Use a pulley system, for God's sakes. Okay, so he's making some more fire here. See how he did that? He had it under a leaf. So the leaf would be the thing that he's picking up the ash with, the ember.
To make fire?
Every time he makes a fire, he's using that technique, which is pretty awesome.
No,
Were they wet? Yeah. You can't make a fire with that. You have to be dry.
There's like 1%
Can't be any percent juicy. It won't make fire. Milkweed? Is it flammable? The milk in the milkweed?
Dead milkweed will start a fire so fast you won't believe it, but it burns so quick.
Oh.
Like in 5 seconds it's done.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Why are you doing that?
What's so funny about that? Oh, and you can go wrong with it. You know what's wrong.
You remember that.
Yeah, I've been saying that in school.
Looks like I'm out there anyway.
Hello.
Hello.
I am.